They say betrayal is sharpest when it comes from the one who once swore they loved you. I learned that firsthand on a rainy Thursday afternoon. The kind where the clouds seem too heavy to hold their grief, so they weep on everything. My name's Daniel Reid, 38 years old, former Marine, now working in private security. I'm not the kind of man who raises his voice. I don't posture. I don't threaten. Because when you've been through the real thing, war, death, chaos, you learn that silence and restraint are weapons just as deadly as bullets. It all began a few months ago when I started noticing changes in my wife, Melanie. We'd been married 10 years. I thought we were solid. No kids, her choice, not mine, but I accepted that. I gave her space. I gave her love. And I gave her the life she claimed she wanted. But then she started staying out late. Different perfume. Whispers on her phone. And a new password she refused to share. I didn't jump to conclusions. I don't play the insecure husband. I simply watched. And what I saw over those weeks slowly killed the man I used to be. The clues. I hired someone I trust, an old friend from my recon days, Ben, to do a bit of digging. I knew how to do it myself, but I wanted my hands clean, at least for the moment. Within a week, I had what I needed, surveillance photos. Her with another man, tall, bearded, mid-30s. Expensive suits, arrogant smile. The kind of guy who thinks power is measured by bank accounts and the cars he drives. I didn't recognize him, but Ben got me a name. Carter Winslow, CEO of some sleazy real estate firm, recently divorced, known for blowing money on married women like it was his personal hobby. The worst part? She'd brought him to my house while I was away on contract. In our bed. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. I prepared. The day it went down. I waited. Not for revenge, but for clarity. I wanted to be certain, fully aware, before making a move that would change everything. That move came when Melanie told me she was going to visit her sister in Boston for a few days. But her sister, of course, was already in Bali. Instagram confirmed that. She packed her bag, kissed me on the cheek, wore that same lying smile I'd seen in the surveillance photos. And I let her go. I waited. And at midnight that night, as I watched through the upstairs blinds, a sleek black Porsche pulled into my driveway. Not hers. His. She wasn't in it. But he stepped out. Drunk, cocky, holding a bottle of champagne like he was celebrating a conquest. He staggered to my front gate and had the audacity to ring the bell. At my house. I opened the door calmly. Shirtless. Calm as a monk in a temple. He looked me up and down and grinned. "So you're the cuckold," he said with a smirk. "She said you'd probably be gone. But I guess this works too." I didn't flinch. "You know who I am?" he asked, stepping closer. Carter Winslow. Your wife prefers me now. She likes men with real power." He laughed. Loud, cruel, drunk with pride. "You just look like another worn-out soldier playing house." Still, I didn't speak. "You gonna cry, man?" he asked, lifting the bottle. "Need a drink? Or maybe I should just take your wife and..." That's when I moved. The realization. I didn't punch him. I disarmed him. He didn't even know he was in danger until his back was against a brick wall and his wrist was pinned in mine. The bottle had dropped. Shattered. I leaned in, voice steady. "You ever mock a Marine in his own home again, you won't walk away." His confidence cracked. "Wait, man. You thought you were the predator." I whispered, "But you stepped into a hunter's den." I released him, let him stumble back. "Tell her it's over," I said. "Tell her the next time she wants to lie. She can do it from the sidewalk. And you, stay away from my property, or you'll see what a real threat looks like." He left without another word. When Melanie returned, I was gone. I left the divorce papers on the table, along with every photo Ben had taken, every receipt, every lie documented and printed. She called me 37 times that night. I didn't pick up once. Weeks later, I heard she tried to show up at my workplace. My team stopped her at the gate. She cried, said she'd made a mistake. That Carter was just a phase. She wanted another chance. But I don't rebuild what someone chose to burn. It's been a year now. I moved to Montana, built a cabin in the woods. Took a job training security teams for VIPs. The peace here is different. Earned, not given. Every now and then, I think about that moment him at my gate, thinking he could break me with a smile and a bottle of overpriced wine. But I remember what I told him. He didn't know who he was dealing with, and he never will. Because I'm not just a man who survived betrayal. I'm the man who walks away from it without losing his soul. It's funny how people think pain will break you. They expect you to crumble, to lash out, to beg. But I've seen too much to be shaken by the betrayal of two cowards who thought they were clever. Melanie lost more than a husband that day. She lost a protector, a man who once would have done anything for her. Carter? He faded into obscurity. Word got around about the incident at my gate. His ego took a hit he couldn't recover from. Last I heard, he's hopping from one failed deal to another, still trying to buy loyalty where character should earn it. As for me, I found peace in solitude. The kind of peace that doesn't come from revenge, but from letting go. I rebuilt my life brick by brick, not to prove something to them, but to remind myself who I am. Not a victim, not a fool, but a man who doesn't just survive betrayal, a man who rises from it. And that, in the end, is the best kind of victory.